COVID admissions to hospital jump 60% in 10 days, leak reveals.
Here's a summary of the article.
The number of patients admitted to hospital wards in England has jumped more than 60% in just 10 days, new leaked NHS data seen by The Independent has revealed. The surge in hospital admissions and subsequent spike in daily deaths was one factor which pushed the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, into announcing a new national lockdown for England starting on Thursday. The latest analysis, based on internal NHS data from Monday obtained by The Independent, reveals the North East and Yorkshire is now seeing a faster rate of increase in coronavirus admissions than the North West, with a jump of 67% in patient admissions in the last 10 days. The James Cook University Hospital in Middlesbrough announced it would be cancelling some operations for the rest of the week as the number of COVID patients doubled in the last 10 days to 93. In total, 10% of hospital beds across England are occupied by patients with COVID-19. In the Northwest, the number of COVID patients admitted to hospital has increased by 42%, to 2,817. University Hospitals North Midlands Trust, in Stoke-on-Trent, said it had 235 COVID patients compared to 160 at the peak in April.
This post received a score of 25,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
In England.
God, I wish people would start adding this to their posts.
The issue there is you can't edit the article title when posting on this sub, it has to be the same as on the article. So for regional publications or national publications addressing their own location, it's normally not present.
Lightbulb moment. Thank you.
This emo is because of moderating. Imagine trying to moderate if you could edit titles from sites on the Kite list. The problem is the lack of professionalism all around.
Even just very slight edits, adding or removing context even by just one word, can turn normal articles into bait or misinfo, what with how many don't read the article.
While that's true, they could require that you put the country in the title in square brackets. So a British post could be, UK blah blah headline. Whereas a worldwide related headline could be, global blah blah headline. Simple, doesn't change the headline meaning, and just offers an extra bit of information qualifying vague titles that don't specify location.
It is part of the flair, but I think that isn't visible on all platforms.
Actually there is a UK just before the title, but it's so dim and almost same color as background, so I didn't see it until I now looked for it.
Which is still inaccurate.
Why is this a leak?
That was my reaction, like YTF are we only having this leaked to us? It's as if doesn't assert every person in this country and many others besides. This information should be readily available.
It is. Hospital admissions and releases are tracked. We do daily stat updates in our coronavirus. I think leak here means a report that spells it out in plain language has leaked, as a way to highlight the information for people not paying attention.
A leak is an unauthorized release of information. Compiling publicly available information into a form more easily understood by the public is not a leak.
Yeah, so it's kind of a misnomer to say leak, but TBH I suspect the politicians that want to look good were not keen on having a news report summarizing and broadcasting that info. So, they could have been facing some kind of pressure that made them feel like leak could be used to indicate reporting through resistance. Even so, it is kinda clickbaity. I work in the hospital as a patient transporter deceased patients, and what some people don't understand is that death rate is not the only indicator for how bad COVID can be. People can get really sick, like really sick. It's not uncommon for our COVID patients to take up an ICU bed for weeks, months, using up a lot of medical equipment like ventilators, cooling machines to bring down fevers, feeding pumps, etc.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.